Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another thrilling episode of Living World of Darkness Rage Across New York. Today we shall look in on some slightly milder shenanigans than average, as Maeve has had time to hang out with Chino a little bit and meet him, get a feel for him, and has decided, and she will not be dissuaded, has decided that he is meeting Kotori. It's totally legit. It needs to happen. He's going to do it. Come on, I'm going to show you the guy. But you got to sidestep first. And then we're going to show you the guy. And she will probably, by the by, suggest that he shift to lupus, but will not push him on it if he doesn't seem big on the idea. And just start trotting off, nosing around the shrines. I can't sidestep. I'm good like that.
Chino knows how to sidestep, and so Chino will take his time and sidestep into the Umbra. And then
Maeve, as a recent trend, will probably actually encourage him to go first so that she can keep an eye on him, because she's already watched one cub get stuck halfway, and she needs to be able to barrel roll him through if something goes wrong.
And as Chino is kin and was known kin, he has no problems sliding through.
Yay!
He'll kind of look at Maeve.
Maeve will follow along, promptly behind, and as soon as she's phased in, will shrug her way down into lupus. She takes her time with it, just as she does with sidestepping, and will kind of she will actually have had a stick in hand the whole time, so upon shifting we'll pick it up in her mouth, and speaking through it, say like, you could, and play. So, Kotori Raya was our old den father, and he is lupus, so I do my best to come to him in lupus and meet him on his own terms. I'd suggest that you do it too, but you don't have to.
Chino crosses his arms and kind of looks down at her. Okay, Snow White, we do this your way this time.
She does the big gape-mouthed doggy grin. The kind of thing you'd see on a domestic dog, really. It's very recognizable as a happy face.
You see him start to slowly change into lupus. He comes down into a very muscular, beefy-looking, red-furred wolf. Cocks his head to her. You're driving this train, I'm just on it.
So she'll bob her head and pick up her stick and start trotting off. Looks quite happy with herself. Trot, 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 trot.
And Chino will follow along.
Hopefully it won't take too long to find Kotori. At least she knows where to look. She'll probably gravitate first to the bear shrine. Well, they do now. She'll gravitate first to the bear shrine, and seeing as he's already been there today, we'll start puttering around to the other shrines that she remembers seeing in her previous tours.
As of now, he actually is at the Ukten Shrine, as he has finished his little inspection journey. So they will find him near one of the lakes, where he is currently walking on water, as there is a small shrine in the middle of this this big watery place. Yes, it's a thing. And that Kotori is doing what appears to be some kind of dance, as he is dancing around the shrine, sidestepping to the right, sidestepping to the left, going backward, continue to dance. Dance, dance, dance.
Is he doing the electric slide?
He has no idea what you're talking about.
So as soon as she finally spots him, she'll break into more of a lope. And upon getting to the edge of the water, kind of look down at it, obviously puzzled. She won't call out because he's obviously in the middle of something. But she will, for the sake of posterity, kind of put her paw in the water and see if it's possible for her to mimic his walking across it.
Chino walks over and kind of settles down on his haunches and sits to watch Maeb fall in the water.
Do. Have you witnessed Kotori doing modifying the Umbra?
She has.
Then you can try and make a notice roll.
Just for the sake of learning it, she's not gonna leave Chino sitting on the bank, but she is going to see if she can pull it off just because. And it's just what, straight gnosis?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as soon as this thing loads, ta-da! Aha!
Yeah. At the beginning, your paws fall a little bit into the water, and you might be scared a little bit, but you would fall deep into the water, wetting yourself. But no, it takes you a little while to think, because you have to basically modify the Umbra for wherever you put your paws on this lake surface. But yeah, you actually manage to stand on the water.
She will probably look absolutely ridiculous because she'll put her paw through the water a couple of times. Thankfully, they're on the shore, so it's not like she's going off a cliff into the deep end. But after a little bit of practice and a little bit of wobbling and some splashing, she'll kind of stand splay-legged on the water with a stick in her mouth and look over at Chino, and she looks extremely proud of herself.
Chino he's just kind of staring at her in that lupus, disinterested look on his face. And he kind of takes his front paws and crosses them in front of him like, and sighs. No. Unimpressed.
She'd stick her tongue out, but then she'd drop her stick.
And maybe that is his plan all along.
No, she holds onto the stick.
A stick of fruit.
And just kind of chuffs at him.
Mm.
And she'll look back over to see if Kotori's coming towards the end of his little ritual dancing.
Kotori is finishing his little dance. He's finishing his little dance, and he's going to do something.
I bet he is.
Burp.
Why do you think I stayed at the shallow end?
And he's dancing, and then at some point, he seems to gather some gnosis, and then the gnosis drops in the water. And
Scamper for the shore!
and then you see a face coming out of the water, just under you. The face of, you can probably guess, a water elemental, and it sprays water to your face.
Yeah, she kind of makes a mad dash and gets splashed in the face and goes tumbling onto the shore, snickering. She will end up, of course. Well, actually, I guess since laughing isn't really a thing, she will make whuffing and chuffing noises, but manage to make a mad scramble and shake herself off when she's back ashore.
Mhm.
And then sit at the edge and expectantly look over to Kotori.
Chino, seeing Mabe come flying back onto shore, will just kind of slowly stand up and at the last minute step to one side as she flies past him. Look over his shoulder and then settle back down on his haunches and cross his front paws again.
And at that point, Kotori starts to walk into Yuchu's general direction, walking on the
And once he hits
water
about
until until he arrives to I get it. You're doing your
Yep.
belly dance.
Yep. She'll wait until he's fairly close and back up a bit to give him room to get properly back onto land and then do the flop. Blah.
Chino, having seen the flop before and knowing why she's flopping, just kind of looks at her. He'll stand up on his forepaws and then incline his head towards Kotori and then turn his head to the side a little bit, exposing his throat.
He looks at the two of you as he sees Maeve and remembers her punishment. He waits for a little bit, a few seconds, then nibble her neck, saying that it's good, you can get up, and then he will go to Chino and he sees this buffy wolf. Question: do you have huge size? Because that would be hilarious.
He has imposing presence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of.
Kind of, but not really.
Exactly. He's just beefy and athletic more than just huge.
And he comes to him and he's going to sniff him, doing the sniff. Yeah, he be sensing your pure breed.
Yep. He has Pure Breed 2 and Uktena.
Mm-hmm. And he will then nibble your neck.
Oh wait, and we're in the Umbra, so you would also see his spirit heritage veins.
No, not at level 2.
Not at 2?
Not at 2. Basically, let me recheck. But basically, it becomes apparent at level 4.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Fully
like you
apparent.
could sense it at level 2, though.
I need to check because that's actually, I think it's actually not far from it.
Yeah, let me see.
Spirit Heritage 2. The spirit note your arrival. You bring your chosen spirit to mind to those when they look at you, so few understand why. Okay, so it's more of a feeling than an emanation. Emanation
Gotcha.
is level 3.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and also perhaps something that might have been overlooked is that well, first of all, Snow White, when she's in the Umbra, she's really, 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 really very, very white.
Right.
Shiny.
She's all shiny, and
Yep.
Kotori for his part, you have two different feelings when you look at him. Because, when he was in the distance, you didn't see a lot of details, but now that he's, coming offshore and approaching you, first of all, you see that his face is completely white, and his eyes are completely dark. His front paws, they are not really front paws, they are talons, bird talons. And within his fur, you can clearly distinguish feathers. You have a feeling of death that seems to surround him, death and mystery, but also lingering more deeper also into this, you kind of feel bear. You don't know why, but he gives you the impression of a bear also.
Somebody scrambles up to her feet.
Chino will turn his head back to where and he'll kind of sniff at Kotori for a moment. And then kind of look at Maeb and then look back at Kotori because he doesn't know who this is, so he has not been introduced yet.
This is what is happening. Kotori Raya, this is Chino. He's the newest cub. And Chino Kotori Raya was our den father and is now keeper of the lands. The urge, Ukutena, head tilt for a second. Adrian?
Yes. You could also say I'm lupus, but I guess that's...
Well, that...
yeah. And I'm the alpha of the Hunters of a Loss.
Noddle.
So, what is your name, young one?
Chino kind of cocks his head. Juan Bautista Aristobal Raya, also known as Chino.
You have the scent of our tribe. You're from Rowan's folk?
Si, patron.
And he kind of puzzled because, yeah, you speak half a language that he doesn't get.
Yeah.
Somehow
Yes,
you've created a language barrier in Guru speak. You're a talented man.
Is this the Spanish language? As he cocks his head on the side.
Yes. Raya.
It's okay. I'm not going to impose on you what some others impose on our people. But yes, expect me to ask you questions whenever you start to talk into Spanish.
It is my natural language, so I do without thinking. Apologies.
It's okay. Perhaps it will be actually simpler if I were to learn it. It's always good to know more. Knowledge is a powerful tool.
Yes, that's what my he seems to kind of cock his head like he's searching for a word. Grandmother told me.
She must have been a wise woman. So, what can you tell me exactly of what you know of our people?
I know of my portion of the people. We come from Mexico, from the Azteca. We are the southern people. You are from the northern tribes, yes?
Yes, I'm from the plains.
See, we in ancient times we had trading with your people before the. She kind of looks sidelong at Maeb
Oh my,
before
look at that bush over there. What a nice bush.
before the others came. Kind of, you know, he's trying to be political, but he is not political, so it is failing miserably.
Kotori nods. Hmm. I would expect of Ruin's folk to know at least basic history of our tribe. Mm-hmm. He nods. Yes, indeed, we've had to change in depth with the others. But, hmm, let me ask you a question. What is your opinion of the people that you've met so far?
Mm, you mean the people or the people, Raya?
The Garus.
Mm, they're different. They haven't learned family yet, but they're learning. They say the word, but they don't know the word.
Hmm. Interesting. Can you elaborate your view on family?
Family is family. Family is above everything. Family is your brothers, your sisters, your cousins. Family is not having to worry. You know that they be there. Not having to call. They know before they're needed. They help you no matter what. Here, from what I see, they worry about themselves, but they learn. Some of the new ones, like Snow White, she's learning. She's learning the right way. But talking
Here's
to yeah, talking to others, they see the little family is more important than the big family.
Mm. He actually turns to May once he heard Snow White. Like, he cocks his head on the side. What does Snow White mean? She's not very well. She's very white here, but I don't get it.
I need to play you a movie, Kotori.
She she's not very. I think he's obviously tripping over, trying not to insult Maeve, but at the same time explain why he calls her Snow White.
It probably helps that she looks amused. It doesn't look like anything he's going to say is going to upset her at this point. He hasn't managed to really upset her yet, so there's that.
He kind of rolls his front paws, shoulders forward. He's like, she she's very and he seems to be searching for a word, possibly because he can't uh, understand the translation. Um, she she very inocente. Um,
Mm,
hmm,
she is
yeah.
pure, you mean?
See, yeah, yes, pure, pure. Not like you and I,
Mm.
obviously, but
Yeah.
she she not know. Um, if I
The
were to
go-
tell her, hey, go take this bag down to the to the bus station, she would probably do it. Not because of family, but because she don't know no better. No offense.
She just seems to be inquisitive over the whole thing. She really doesn't. She still doesn't look upset.
And then you add on how she looks, and on this side, you know, then the two of them together comes to Snow White.
Hmm. Yes. Mabe is a very innocent one, even if she can be a bad girl.
Droop.
Yes, you know what I mean. Sneaking off, going on adventures.
It still needed to be done. I know it was
Yes,
wrong, and I'm still doing everything I'm supposed to do to make up for it, but it still needed to be done.
he's going to scruffle your head with his paw. Scruffle, scruffle.
And involuntarily, Chino will growl at something touching Kotori. And actually,
Blink.
he will make an intimidation roll, just because that's him. Something's touching Kotori. So
It's gonna get funnier if he's.
I'm the one touching her, but yeah.
but you know what I mean.
Okay.
So yeah, roll willpower. They're Mabe.
How many successes do you have?
6.
I'm pretty sure that's more successes than I have willpower. So you win.
Yeah.
The funny part being that you win, and she's confused and scared all of a sudden because she didn't see that coming, and proceeds to dive under Kotori, potentially making it worse. Because that's how she do.
Yeah. Well, it would be a fox frenzy from the source of the intimidation. Was how they were ruling it last night, or during the first
What?
change. Yeah. That's how they did it with with
Yeah, with the others.
Olaf
I've
and
never
Olaf
seen, like,
and
if you botched,
Mikhail.
I'd imagine it. And I mean,
Yeah.
I'll roll it just to have the fail instead, but
It's okay. It's funnier how you're doing it, and that's fine.
this
We
is
don't
how
need
she
to roll.
reacts to problems, is
Yep.
jump under the largest person that's,
Yep.
not threatening her. So,
That's not threatening her.
so she just kind of plunges under Kotori, looking
Yeah.
confused and upset.
Kotori's going to turn to the cub, not really, with a puzzled expression.
Chino
Well,
kind
tucked
of.
and everything.
Chino's, hackles are up. He is puffed up, just looking like he's about to rip somebody a new one. And they'll kind of look at Kotori, and he kind of turns his head, and he'll realize what he's doing, and he kind of sink his head low a little bit, and he'll kind of unpuff.
Stand down, boy. Kotori's going to approach the beefy lupus.
Maeve will stay bellied where she is. Thanks.
And once he's at arm length, he's just sit in front of him, looking at him. Is there something you want to tell me?
She's not supposed to touch you.
Looks puzzled. Explain this one to me.
You are. I can't remember what moon are Theurges.
Theurge, yeah.
What moon are they?
Crescent moon.
Crescent moon.
Okay. You are lunar crescent. They no touch you. I full moon. I make sure they no touch you.
Sad face becomes pouting face. Their closest approximation in Wolfie bits. Yeah.
Hmm. So you're my. He thinks you're my protector, as he kind of looks puzzled, inquisitive.
And he returns the puzzle look and cocks it to the side, saying, "Oh, full moon, they protect Luna Crescent. No?"
Hmm.
But I'm a theurge.
He kind of sheepishly saying, "But you're not pure. You're Blanco."
Blink. Blink.
uh,
Blink.
Kotori laugh his ass off. He's laughing, cackling. Oh, oh, I see this one. Rowan spoke with you about this, hasn't he?
See, he teach us all.
Hmm. Well, I will not discourage you. However, if I'm the one touching, they're not technically touching me. I'm the one doing the touching.
See, patron. Yes, Raya.
You can use the word that you prefer on this matter. But I would prefer if you were not to snap to my apprentice.
Kind of cocks his head. Apprentice?
Cocks his head. What?
Uh, uh, a- apprentice. Apprentice. You use word. Student?
Yes.
Estudiante?
Mm-hmm. He nods.
Uh, uh,
Student.
sí. Blanco estudiante?
Yes, Snow White is my student.
He seems completely thrown off by that.
She needs to learn. Doesn't mean that she will learn everything. But I need her to be a proper theurge. The tribe,
He's
the tribe keeps knowledge and secrets to itself. It doesn't mean that you cannot shape a new generation.
he seems satisfied with that, and he'll kind of sit back on his, and he'll just sit.
Mm.
And he'll
And
look at Maeb and kind of give her this. That's right. That's right. Don't make me do it again. Kind of look.
She still
and
looks decidedly out of sorts, though she is slowly kind of scooching her way up into a sit.
all right, you two. Let's not ruffle too much. So, uh, what about you, the others? From what I heard, Cinna and Xavier, they stayed with your family for a time.
Yes, Especia Loco and Xavier, they did stay with us.
Hmm. Are the others here or safe? Is there anything that would threaten the family?
Um, well, they when I change and become what I am, a full moon. A threat shot Abuela. She is okay now, and they have since been sent to Wind.
Hmm. Your mother?
See, I am her oldest son.
Hmm. He nods. Good. People who threatens family should feel the wrath on their neck, snapping their bones.
See, he kind of puffs up a little bit and rolls those shoulders. Really involuntarily. He's in a room. He can't help it.
You're such a moon.
Yeah.
Well, alright. And isn't there he kind of tried to think the blue Hamids, the one who roams everywhere with their sirens. Are they going to be a problem?
And when he realizes what you're talking about, there's kind of a low growl in his throat. No, mi familia, they take care of it.
He nods. All right. Well. Also, you will get a visit from Mikhail. He will come to apologize.
He just kind of sits there in the wolf version of his arms crossed across his chest and nods.
He called you a bad name without understanding everything. He's repentful, so he will come to you and he will excuse himself properly so that you two can be at peace. I would feel bad if two members of our tribe would be at teeth.
He is pure, so there is no... If he feels he needs to, then I understand. But he is pure and he is family, so there is no need for his submittance.
He kind of chuckles when you say submittance. Oh, I can definitely see that Olaf will have a fun time with you.
He gives a big lupus grin.
He looks actually at the grin. Watch out for this. Do not grin too much.
He loses the grin. He kind of shakes his head.
Does Chino has an animal kin?
Animal kid. Nope.
Okay, so you can still try and make an intelligence roll.
Okay.
Difficulty 7.
Yeah, he ain't the smartest tool in the box. Nope.
No, you don't get it. Kotori then turns to Maeb. Maeb, can you elaborate?
Oh.
Yes, I haven't forgotten
Well, I mean,
about you, young lady.
for the sake of example, so that Chino can actually see what he's doing when he grins, there's a reason I do the big old stupid domestic dog face, because when you grin, and she'll pull her lips back, and it becomes a lot plainer that it's very close to being a snarl.
He kind of
And
tries to mimic the face,
Mm.
and then realizes what he's doing and kind of nods.
And she
I
will
will.
respond by doing the gape mouth thing again. Just kind of plops her mouth open a bit, and it's essentially the panting face. But at this point, it's become such a popular thing to think of it as a smile that it's usually pretty easy to pick up.
Mm. I will. I will teach you things of our tribe, of course. As well, I expect you to join our brotherhood. But for everything else related to wolf learning, Olaf is a good teacher in that aspect, but he is still Hamid in a lot of ways. I will teach you all how to act like true wolves. Because even if you were born a human, you're not Hamid anymore. Now you're Hamid and wolf at the same time. And so this is the first lesson. Don't grin too much. Because to us, lupuses, this is a snarl. And this could trigger another wolf to attack you. And also, don't look a lupus in the eye. Because that's a sign of challenges. And of course, I won't teach you about showing your throat. That you already showed that you know properly, but depending on the individuals, that might not be enough. Some might want you to roll over. So, as I told to every cub that came before me, or every homids, in case of doubt, roll the fuck over. It's safer that way.
Chino nods and kind of gives Maeb a look.
What manner of look?
It's just kind of like a hard look, like maybe next time.
Eh. She'll even make the noise. Just to draw attention to the fact that she don't like it.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna trot over and get her stick, god damn it.
And
And she'll
Kotori
finally
turns
bring it
as
over.
he see her. Mm.
And she will plop it at Kotori's feet. It is a Gaia's breath talon.
He's going to sniff it. Did you do it yourself?
Noddle, noddle.
Mm.
And
Good
she'll even
girl.
take her nose and nudge it just a little bit closer to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he takes it into its mouth, tasting the talon. Yes, nom, tasty talon. And then he deposits it on the ground in front of him. Good. You're doing a good job. Now we are going to start about spirits and their summoning. You will need to show Chases the Storm that you know how to properly summon a spirit. So that's what we will be working on. And also think a little bit. You know the ride of a questing stone.
Blink?
Yeah,
I don't know that one yet. I just picked up the Hunter's Prayer.
Yes, the one that I teach you before. He thinks
No, the
a little
before
bit.
hunting one.
Hmm. Hmm. He will turn to Chino. Chino, did uh, uh, did Rowan taught you a little bit about our rights?
He kind of shook his head. He said, Rowan say that that for Garu, not for kin.
Hmm.
So, no.
You're a
But I,
Garun now. Go on now.
so no, he not show me, but I learn. You say I learn, patron.
Hmm.
It's part of our people. I know.
Hmm. All right, you two. I'm going to. Uh, Maybe I'm going to teach you a right now. We're going to start to learn it. Chino, you're Narun. You do not, you do not technically need to know the rights as you're a warrior. However, it is my personal opinion that Garu should learn even the most basic rights. So I will help you to learn about those. That way, you will be able, once you know more and once you're part of our tribe, you will be able to communicate with the spirit and pay them the proper respect that is due to them. Even a warrior knows that to disrespect its ally is to find death quicker than any others.
Chino nods and kind of sits up like he's, you know, in the version of sitting up straight in his chair when you're in class to show that he's attentive, and kind of nods like he's ready to learn.
Mm-hmm. And Kotori will circle around Maeve. I want you to close your eyes.
And she will obediently do so. And she's got herself seated kind of tightly, feet, kind of close, gives him plenty of room to pace around.
Mm.
Chino opens his mouth as if he's about to say, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You said to close her eyes, and she closed her eyes. But he does.
It's because I'm wise and stuff. And yeah, he continues to circle around her. I want you to think about Gaia, about your love for the mother, about her suffering, about what she did to create this world. Think of what Gaia did to our people, for our people. Search deeply within yourself to find this love for her. And then breathe in, breathe out, think of nothing else but your love for Gaia. She is your mother. She is the mother of your mother and birthed every single one of us. She is family. We defend family. Breathe in, breathe out. Continue to do so until your mind is clear of nothing more than your love for the mother.
And she will do so. And actually, once she catches the drift on the steady breaths, she actually picks it up and takes the slow, very deep breaths, holding them a moment, releasing them again, because Olaf has used this as an exercise to force her to calm down in the past. So,
Mm-hmm.
She'll catch on, and
mhm. You can make, considering that enough time will be passed, we will see if she actually catch what Kotori is talking about. You can make the intelligence ritual roll.
yep, difficulty 7. And I will pick it up tomorrow, because that is when I'll be clear to learn it.
Hmm.
She got this.
She gets this.
She's a fucking natural at breathing.
Yeah, congratulations, you know how to breathe. You will live another day. And yes, you feel perhaps something different as you breathe those breaths. You feel something at the corner of your perception. You you feel uh you feel more tuned. Uh, you feel more tuned actually to your surrounding, and also you kind of feel this power. She has you have that of a mother, if I'm correct.
Hmm?
Do you have the healing touch?
I do not have Mother's Touch, actually.
Hmm. Okay, then yes,
Which is a shame.
you feel something, sparkling inside yourself, and yeah, you got it. There's something there. As you finish the exercise, you feel yourself more attuned with Gaia, and you feel almost as if your body is more. Mm, yes, it's clearly more. You feel more fresh, as if you had you had your morning coffee, and yeah, you're ready to attack the day.
Yep, she will go through the 13 breaths, and by time it's done and the effect has started settling in, she'll kind of splay her toes and resettle her feet a couple times.
Mm.
And by time she opens her eyes again, I imagine there's at least one dove in a nearby tree, because she tends to have
Mm.
an accompaniment.
Hmm.
And getting more in tune would only draw their attention that much more.
I want you to perform this rite every day for a circle of the moon, for a cycle of the moon.
She'll bob her head. Yes, Raya.
That way, and he turns to Chino. This rite will be the first rite that you will learn. It will allow you to be, even for a short time, it will allow you to heal better or to perceive your surrounding way easier than it is now.
Chino, who had his eyes closed and was trying to mimic everything that Mabe was doing and was failing miserably because he doesn't have any rights or anything else, kind of peeks open one eyelid, and he's like, you can tell he's not sure if this is still part of the rite or if Kotori's actually talking to him. So he looks at Kotori and he opens them both. He's like, oh, okay. Okay.
Good. So, well, I believe I taught you that, May, but I'm going to go with the different type of glyphs and our relationship with the spirit. And I believe that this is an interesting moment to end our scene, as Kotori will start to present the different type of glyphs of the nation and starting to explain a little bit to them, more importantly to Chino, how exactly ritual works. Let me see. Actually, I still have time, so we can go through this.
Okay.
Yep. So, do you have mm, any ritual at your home? You know, things that you do out of an habit, beliefs.
He kind of sits back on his haunches a little bit. Uh, Sunday dinner. We all come to Abuela's house and have dinner as a family
Hmm. Uh,
every Sunday.
could. Hmm. Yes, that could be a good example. A rite is an ancient knowledge passed through the spirit to us. Through this knowledge, we become better, stronger. We are able to continue our fight for the mother. But generally, it's a communion between you and the spirit or the Umbra. Just as your abuela will come and give you the plates for dinner, you will probably thank her for the meal that she provided, and in return, your belly will be plenty of food. It is not very far analogy of how ritual works. Generally, it is taught by a particular type of spirit, and this rite, it will give you a certain type of power. For example, let us say that you would pray for the moon, for Luna herself. By praising her, she will whisper to your ears, helping you to understand her auspice better, to understand the Ragabash when the moon is hidden, to talk with the wise Fearge during the crescent moon, discuss about the litany and the laws with the half-moon Philodox, appreciate and understand the stories of the gibbous moon, and feel more power and more camaraderie and understanding of your fellow warriors, such as is one of the examples that could happen with a rite. But there are a lot of different ones. Every one of them has a different meaning. And he's going to turn to Snow White from.
It's gonna be a thing.
Can you tell me the different types of rituals that exist within our nation, Maeve?
She'll kind of cringe because this isn't something they've really reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be going based off of entirely the bullshit she already knows. And so she kind of cringes a bit, but makes at least a solid try. Well, I have heard of the minor rites. I have heard of rites of accord.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard of the mystic rites. And I have also heard of the punishment rites.
No, you haven't heard about it. You felt it.
No, not yet. It's still incoming. Droop.
Yes. So you will feel it. You will feel it. I am slightly disappointed, however, that you do not cite two that should perhaps bring something within you.
She'll think about it for a good couple moments. She kind of turns up her eyes, like like you do when you're trying to recall
Hmm.
something, and
If you want,
finally, at least
yeah.
managed to add renown rights.
Mm, yes, but that's not the one I was thinking about.
All
You
right,
can
and what
make
would I
a
roll?
uh do. How much is your ritual rating?
It's 3.
Which means that yeah, you have a
Good
grasp of
help.
ritual. You can make an intelligence uh ritual. Wits because you're trying to remember something.
Okay, I remember all the things.
Hmm. Well, you've been
Well, I'm only missing 4, so
yeah, but the
or
one
pardon, I'm
he
only missing
probably
3.
the part that he is referring to is, well, you've been to a moot recently, and there has been a certain rite that has been enacted there. So she can probably deduce that it has something to do with
The rights of the cairn.
and the rite of the departure, because she assists to the rite of the departure.
Oh, that's right, because she did take. Yeah, that's right. We all did. Oh yeah. So, so rights of the cairn and rights for the dead.
Hmm. Good. You only missed one, but
Blink.
that one there was no way for you to know it. The seasonal
What's that one?
rites. The seasonal
What
rites.
like Beltane
Mm,
and those?
mm, no, generally, well, maybe you can say that it's related to that, but they are there to celebrate major rite of solstice and equinox,
Oh.
and some
Oh,
of
well, I
them,
mean, I know the Hamid version.
yeah, snap his jaws, don't interrupt.
Droop.
Chino involuntarily growls.
Mm. But yes, you're right. It is not that different, except that our way works. Our way has significance, at least. But yes, and also, no, before you ask, there is no Thanksgiving seasonal rite.
No. No, there wouldn't be.
Good girl.
That is give everyone bacon and hide day.
Hmm. Yeah, or a lot of biting from Duke de la Lupus.
Let's leave a plate of bacon outside Kotori's door day.
Hmm.
Pray for mercy.
He puts his paw on his muzzle. Ah.
She'll dare a little doggy grin. The little gape mouth bleh.
Even Chino kind of lowers his head and shakes it a little bit back and forth.
And this reminds her of a moment. At which point she's kind of like, I think I made Laughing Shadows laugh. I'm getting good at this.
Hmm. Yeah, if you make the ragabash. Like laughing shadow laugh. I guess that, yeah,
Well,
you achieved something. But you would need to be sure of it. Alright. Hmm. Other thing that I want you to do. I want you to help the keepers. You will not be granted the role of keeper. However, for you to be more attuned with the spirits, I want you to go to the different shrine, maybe even be accompanied by Ren, Kalyani, or even Michael, to make offering to the spirit, as I know you're already doing it with the doves, helping Lucas, but also, hmm, he turns to uh, he turns to Chino. Hmm. I also want you to, as a keeper, because I would think that you are interested in being a keeper in the future.
noddle noddle.
Hmm. Keepers do not only deal with the spirits. It's also our role to make sure that the kinfolks feels good, that the kinfolk feels at home and the sept. So he thinks you will help the Bonar kinfolk, help them make comfy, and also I want you to go to Abuela. Hmm. Might be interesting for you to have a change of scenery when, of course, and only if you're accompanied by. He thinks a little bit. Well, I would believe in that case Xavier is the only one who is allowed to go outside, and I'm sure that, well, Abuela and your family might be happy to see Xavier once again, Chino.
See, patron. Yes, Raya. Xavier is always welcome.
Hmm. Well, you will, you two will go to the Den Father. You will go to the Den Father, and well, we'll ask, of course, permission from him to go with Xavier to go and see Abuela. That way, hmm, you will see other kinfolks who lives in the city. After all, if you're to be a keeper, you need to know as much of a kinfolk as you do, and well, if you stay on sept ground all the time, that's going to be a little bit hard. But if Chino's kinfolks are on sept ground, then yes, try and help them to be comfortable. But if it goes with against your punishment, then you will wait until the punishment has ended.
She actually seems to have perked up at the idea that being a keeper would encompass the kinfolk as well. So she actually looks, if anything, a little more excited about it all in all.
Hmm.
Chino kind of
There's
looks. She already kind of do this. She uh, she helped with the party.
hmm.
And he kind of tries to keep his face as stony as he can.
Mhm. Hmm. Well, if she helps, if she already helps, then it's going to be good. Then she will only need to help a little bit more.
Yes,
Oh,
they know her. They know Snow White very well now. But she can still go. I take her to Sunday dinner at Abuela's. We get some meat on her bones.
Kotori chuckles a little bit at this idea. Hmm, I might also pay visit and respect to your abuela. Since Rowan is not there, for now it will be up to me, you, and Michael to protect the family until Rowan's come back, and
He
that
kind
you
of
are a proper warrior.
he kind of sits up even straighter if that's possible and says, "My mi familia's casa would be honored by your presence, Kotori Raya. There will be something that we would talk about for years to come."
He nods.
Maeve looks stunned, actually. I mean, she's catching on that he kind of has Kotori on a pedestal, but the degree of deference and respect and all the making such a deal of it, it's obvious that it surprises her a little bit. She doesn't expect it. She doesn't look like shock and awe, but she's
Oh my
obviously
girl.
a little surprised.
Mhm. And Kotori will, I guess, then uh, continue his lesson teaching them of the different glyphs, and I believe that this will be the conclusion of our scene. Thank you, players, for playing, watchers for watching, and we will catch you next time.